Okay, so our story today is another silly one. It's not so silly though. I'll make sure you see. It's called Thank You, Mr. Panda. Do you remember when we read this story last week about Mr. Panda and how none of his friends said please when he offered them a donut?
Well, one said please.
Yeah, one said please, right? Mr. Lemur, right, Griffin? Mr. Lemur said please.
He loves donuts.
He did love donuts, but he said please, and that was a kind thing to say.
He's kind.
The magic word that we're listening for in this story is thank you. Okay? Now it looks like Mr. Panda has presents to deliver to his friends.
But there's donuts on it.
I know, he's got a thing for donuts. He says he doesn't even like them, but he always has them. So look at all these presents. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, and Mr. Lemur. 5 presents to 5 friends. All right, here is the title page. Thank you, Mr. Panda. Those words we're going to be listening for because they are kind words. It's nice to say thank you to our friends when they do something nice to us. Okay, here's Mr. Lemur. He says, who are all the presents for, Mr. Panda? My friends. He's got his hands full.
Yeah.
This is for Mouse. A present for me, Mr. Panda? That was kind. But it's too big. You guys see the sweater on Mouse? It is too big. Huh.
It can be a blanket.
And Mr. Lemur says, it's the thought that counts. Did you hear those magic words? I didn't hear thank you. This is for Octopus. A gift for me, Mr. Panda? Look at, he even went under the water.
What's the big one for?
Have to wait and see.
People
Octopus says, but I have 8 legs. Do you see that there are not enough socks for all of his legs? Guess what Mr. Lemur said? It's the thought that counts.
Does he still have it though?
Did Octopus use those magic words? Sounds like he's just complaining. This is for Elephant. Elephant says, I will open it later. If somebody gives you a present and they're excited to give you a present, do you think it fills their bucket or tips it when you walk away and said, I'll open it later? Tips? It makes people feel like you don't even care about their special gift. Poor Mr. Panda. And this is for Mountain Goat. Look at, he's flying in the hot air balloon to get it all the way to the top of the mountain. That's a big effort. Goat says, something for me, Mr. Panda? Ah. Well, let's see if he says thank you. I don't know. He said, but it's too long, Ma. What do you think Mr. Lemur said? It's the thought that counts.
I can't see it.
It's the thought that counts. Did you hear a thank you from mountain goats? No, I didn't either. Oh no. Mr. Panda's going through a lot of work
On the side. Look like this.
just to get presents. Mr. Lemur says, who was the last present for, Mr. Panda? And Mr. Panda says, it's for you. Oh boy. Thank you, Mr. Panda. Now, is that the way you greet somebody who gives you a present? Yes. And look at how big the thank you is. Huge. I think that filled Mr. Panda's bucket. All right, look. He's opening the present and Mr. Panda says, you're welcome, but remember, it's the thought that counts. What? What's going on in this picture? What? That's not a kite. What did Mr. Lemur get as a present? Underpants. Oh my gosh. And do they even fit him? No. But you know what? He still said thank you. Because it was kind of Mr. Panda to even think about him and give him a present, right? So he just grins and he says, thank you. Yeah. Oh, that's so silly. Now look at this picture. Everybody's got on their presents from Mr. Panda. They're all a little off. I don't know how Elephant got the donuts because he walked away, honestly. He's one lucky elephant.
Oh yeah, he said I'll open my present later.
Maybe he did open it later and he got a whole box of donuts. True, Fisher, true.
Maybe he said please again.
So remember, boys and girls, when somebody does something nice to you, always say thank you, even if it's something that you didn't want them to do. Yeah. Let's say somebody rolled up your mat for you, but you really you wanted to do it yourself. You can still say thank you because they're trying to be kind, right?
Yeah. I rolled up to that.